This video will answer the question of why writers struggle with literature reviews. Oftentimes, students say that a professor marked them down or made them redo a literature review for failing to adhere to literature review guidelines or failing to follow through on the formatting. This often results from three things. The first is a lack of understanding about what a literature review entails. And if you're having issues with this, I recommend watching the early guides in this video series, as well as the videos that follow after this one. The second reason is that writers feel that they have nothing new to contribute to the scholarly conversation, and as a result of this, they merely summarize information rather than synthesizing it and creating a conversation. This often results from a lack of confidence on the part of the student, as well as a lack of critically reading, interpreting, and taking notes on your sources. And if you are having trouble with this, I recommend a very thorough reading of your research sources in which you take diligent notes and in which you think about each source in conversation with the other sources. Oftentimes, if you do this, you'll find that you have a lot more to interpret and a lot more thoughts in your head that are relevant than you might think. So by taking notes and thoroughly reading your sources, you'll often move past summarizing and move closer to synthesizing and conversation creation. And then the final issue writers have is sort of the opposite of this last issue. They put their own agenda before the research, and by doing so, they try to bend the research to fit the narrative they want to tell or to come to the conclusion that they desire, rather than critically interpreting and analyzing their sources. And if you've ever been marked down for this, or if you're having issues with this, I recommend, again, taking a step back and trying to look at the research, not from the perspective of what is my paper about, what am I trying to say, but what are the sources themselves trying to say. The sources are independent pieces of literature, as well as part of a scholarly conversation that is ongoing, and it is larger than anything we might individually be working on. So by sort of taking a step back from your agenda, you can oftentimes come to more unbiased, more impartial conclusions, and sort of try to interpret information rather than bending it to fit what you want to say. So yeah, that's a few of the reasons why writers struggle, a few of the main reasons why writers often struggle with literature reviews. I hope you found this guide helpful, and in the next video, we'll be looking at some strategies for how to write a literature review. Thank you.